Hi, I'm Peggy Paul Casella, creator of the recipe website ThursdayNightPizza.com, and I'm here to answer one of my most frequently asked questions. How do you successfully stretch out a ball of pizza dough? First of all, a lot depends on the kind of dough you're working with. If you start with a pre-made ball of dough from the grocery store, great. If you're using homemade dough, awesome. If you got a can of dough though, maybe you want to watch another episode. Those cans are really not meant to be stretched out. That is more something that you just roll out. And also, while we're on the subject, maybe go for a ball of dough instead. The canned stuff has other things in it that make it taste a little funky, in my opinion. Anyway, if you have a ball of dough, whether it is store-bought or homemade, the first thing you do, no matter what, is make sure it's at room temperature. If dough is cold, it will not stretch. It really is that simple. And that's usually the main problem when people say they can't stretch out their pizza dough. So if you made my 1 hour dough or my overnight dough, for instance, those are fermented all at room temperature. So you won't have that problem. Your dough will already be ready to go. However, if you make Neapolitan dough, New York style dough, any other dough that goes in the refrigerator after it's balled up, take it out of the refrigerator about 2 hours, maybe even longer from when you want to make your pizza. That's about how long it takes for the dough to come all the way to room temperature. These balls here have been out for about 3 hours and they are just, they're just now not chilly. So you've got your dough at room temperature. Now, if you're working with 2 balls of dough at the same time, which I like to do because my family eats a lot of pizza, take one out and leave the other one under an upside down bowl so that it doesn't dry out while you stretch the first one. So you want to put your dough on a floured countertop, not too much flour, but just enough to keep it from sticking. Now, the first objective is to pat it out flat so that it doesn't get lumpy in the center. So you want to use your fingers and kind of just pat it out. If you like a big crust around the edges, then don't pat that part out. If you don't care about that, go ahead. So go as far out as you can. I like to get it to about a 6-inch circle. So here we are. And then you pick up the dough and you kind of gently move it like a steering wheel and let gravity do some work here. You don't want to work the dough. You want gravity to work the dough too. Because also the more you press on it, the less airy it will be. So keep going in a nice circular motion. And then once it's stretched out a little bit like that, you want to pick it up with your fists underneath and just spread out your fists very gently. Try not to stress it out. Don't work too fast. I know you might want to, but this is a meditative process. And just, you'll feel it. You will feel if the dough is too taut and not stretching. And if that's the case, then it's still too cold. And just let it rest a little bit under an upside down bowl and come back to it. But right now mine is looking great. So you can see just by slowly moving my fists underneath, it is coming out. I'm looking for about a 14-inch round for this one. And so you can see as you stretch, I can see light through this dough. And you can kind of see by looking at where the light is shining through, how even your crust will be. So naturally, you want to kind of work out the places that are a little thicker to make it all have about the same thinness throughout. And you just keep going like that. Again, not moving too fast. That's another way the dough will rip. If you move too fast, you're going to have a holy dough. Okay. And then we have, I think we're about there. We've got somewhere around 13 inches now, I bet. So you can finish it on the counter. Okay. And then once your dough is the size you want it, I always do one extra stretch just to get it a little bit bigger because I like a 14-inch pizza. So then you grab your pizza peel and you dust it with a little more flour. Again, you don't want to go too much That's why you stretch it on a floured surface too, so that the bottom of the dough has a little bit of flour to keep it from sticking to the peel already. So then when you go to put it on the peel, you don't have to put too much flour on, and then you don't have a floury bottomed pizza. So now put it on your peel and stretch it out. And there you go.